You've seen the headlines, right? You've definitely heard your friends talking about it, and maybe you've even noticed it popping up at work. Today, we're going to have a casual, friendly chat about literally the most talked about technology on the planet right now, generative AI. And don't worry, no engineering degrees are required here, no confusing tech jargon, just a clear, simple look at how this all actually works. So, let's dive right in.
It's the million-dollar question, isn't it? What exactly is generative AI? You have absolutely heard this buzzword everywhere lately. It's on the news, it's all over social media, in basically every tech blog. And look, if you're feeling a little bit intimidated or even just confused by what it actually means, you are definitely not alone. I mean, it can sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. We tend to hear the letters A and I, and we immediately picture, supercomputers taking over the world. But I promise you, the reality is much more approachable, it's incredibly useful, and honestly, it's just a whole lot of fun.
Section 1. Meet generative AI, the new creative partner.
For decades, we've basically used computers as giant filing cabinets. Think about a traditional search engine. You type in a question, and the computer runs into its massive library, finds an article or a picture somebody else already made, and just hands it to you. It's retrieving old information. Well, generative AI fundamentally shifts this entire dynamic. It's a technology that learns from existing examples to create brand new content, so it's not fetching something that already exists. It's literally generating something that has never existed before, right there on the spot. It's basically moving from being a really fast librarian to being an active creative partner.
Section 2. The engine room. How the technology learns.
Okay, so how does a computer actually learn to create something out of thin air? I mean, we know computers are basically just calculators, right? They process numbers, they follow instructions. So how in the world do we get from a machine that crunches numbers to a machine that can, say, write a beautiful poem or paint a stunning picture? It honestly seems like magic, but it's not magic at all. It's just a really specific, completely fascinating learning process.
Let's break that process down into 3 really simple steps. First up, consume examples. You give the computer a completely unimaginable amount of data. Articles, books, paintings, photographs, you name it. It essentially reads and looks at everything. Second, find patterns. Now this is the secret sauce. As the computer consumes all this information, it starts to notice the rules of the road. It learns that, hey, adjectives usually come before nouns, or that shadows always fall on the opposite side of a light source in a painting. It essentially maps out how the whole world of human creativity works. And finally, create something new. Once it totally understands those patterns, it can use them to build its own original content that follows those same rules, but in a completely novel way.
Just imagine a system reading a million books. It absorbs every single sentence structure, every vocabulary word, every stylistic choice. And through all that reading, it gets incredibly good at doing one thing, predicting the exact next word in a sentence perfectly. Like if I say to you, once upon a, you immediately know the next word is probably time, right? Well, the AI does this exact same predictive guessing, but on a massive, highly sophisticated scale. It strings together these perfectly educated guesses, one word at a time, to write entirely new paragraphs and essays.
Actually, it might help to think of generative AI kind of like a master chef. A really great chef doesn't just memorize one single recipe and cook it over and over again forever. No, they spend years studying thousands of different recipes. They learn how flavors interact, they understand exactly how much salt brings out the taste of a tomato, or how flour thickens a sauce, and once they've totally absorbed all those fundamental patterns of cooking, they can step into the kitchen, toss out the cookbook, and invent a brand new, completely unique dish that no one has ever tasted before. And, hopefully one that doesn't involve putting pineapple on pizza unless you specifically ask for it. So the AI is basically our digital chef, cooking up new text and images based on the vast culinary knowledge it has already consumed.
Section 3. The showroom. Real-world AI applications.
So, if you've been watching the news or chatting with colleagues at the office, these are the tools you are most likely hearing about right now. We have AI writing tools, image generators, and video generators. Let's take a look at how these are already building into our daily lives.
First up are AI writing tools. Now, think back to that guessing the next word technique we just talked about. These tools use that massive predictive power to help you draft everyday text in absolute seconds. Seriously, have you ever just stared at a blank screen trying to figure out how to start a polite but firm email to customer service? Or maybe you needed to outline a quick presentation for work and you were totally stuck? It is such a massive relief to just tell the AI, hey, write a polite email asking for a refund. And boom, it uses its knowledge of millions of other emails to instantly generate a perfect, customized draft for you to use. It cures writer's block almost instantly. Then we have image generators.
Now, instead of guessing the next word, these systems have learned the patterns of visual art. They know what a dog looks like, they know what a spacesuit looks like, and they perfectly know the artistic style of, say, a 19th century oil painting. So you can type in a totally simple sentence like a golden retriever wearing a spacesuit painted in the style of Rembrandt, and the AI will effortlessly translate your text description into a brand new, stunningly original piece of visual art in literal seconds. It is just amazing. You are essentially directing a brilliant digital artist using nothing but your words.
And finally, we have the cutting-edge magic of video generators. This is definitely the newest frontier. It takes the concept of image generation and adds the super complex dimensions of time and motion. You can ask for a hyper-realistic scene of a car driving down a neon-lit futuristic street, or a highly stylized animation of a cat playing a piano, and the AI will generate moving scenes and short clips entirely from scratch. It is absolutely wild to witness your ideas being brought to life in motion just by typing out a quick concept.
Section 4. The Big Picture. Why this matters today.
If you take away just one thing from this entire explainer today, let it be this. Generative AI is an exciting tool for creativity, not a replacement for it. I know it is so easy to see these incredible applications and immediately worry that human creativity is somehow becoming obsolete. But that is simply not true. Remember our analogy? The AI is just the master chef's incredibly fancy kitchen equipment. You are still the chef. You have the original idea, you provide the prompt, you guide the style, and ultimately you decide what to do with the final result. It's here to empower you, to speed up your workflow, and to help you realize ideas that you maybe just didn't have the technical skills to create on your own before. It is absolutely your ultimate creative sidekick.
So whether it's drafting that novel you've literally always wanted to write, designing a custom birthday card for a friend, or just kind of experimenting to see what wild images you can dream up on a Tuesday afternoon, the barrier to entry has truly never been lower. So the only thing left to ask is, what are you going to create next with your new AI assistant?